Intelligence. A whisper amidst the cacophony of human folly. In a crowded room, the clever often stand alone. Surrounded by the noise of mediocrity, they must navigate a landscape both challenging and unforgiving. Imagine being one of the few who truly sees the world clearly, but you must tread carefully. Each step forward is watched, judged, misunderstood. And so, a paradox emerges. The most intelligent often find themselves isolated, forced to employ dark strategies to survive and thrive. How do they outsmart a world that insists on misunderstanding them? This is no simple tale of intellect triumphing over ignorance. This is a dance with the shadows, an exploration into the minds of those who have mastered the art of dealing with stupidity, transition or open loop. Yet the real challenge was not simply the stupidity itself, but the insidious power it held over the intelligent. Time 1:33:30. Chapter title: The question, retention purpose. The central mystery is introduced: maintaining curiosity. What psychological mechanisms allow the intelligent to maneuver through a world that resists them? Visual/audio. Montage of historical figures such as Eratosthenes, Marie Curie, and Nikola Tesla, each framed by dim lighting, suggesting their isolation. The sound of an old typewriter clacking intermittently over a whispering wind. The visuals are interspersed with brief flashes of symbolic scenes. A chessboard, a locked door, a labyrinth. Voiceover. Throughout history, the brightest minds have faced a peculiar dilemma, seeking truth in a world content with half-truths, yearning for progress amidst a sea of complacency. But what hidden tools did they wield to navigate such treacherous waters? Our question sharpens into focus. What psychological strategies allowed them not only to endure, but to excel? This is more than a battle against ignorance. It's a strategic game played on the vast field of human nature. Consider Schopenhauer, who saw stupidity not as an absence of intelligence, but as a force with its own cunning, its own resilience. Intelligence had to be more than just vision. It required cunning too, the ability to mask its own brilliance when necessary, to blend in with the ordinary. Transition or open loop? The question looms larger, but to understand the answer, we need to glimpse the world before the storm. Time 3:30:60. Chapter title: The world before retention purpose. The viewer is introduced to the historical context, setting the stage for the breakdown. This serves as the calm before the storm, making the impending shift more impactful. Visual/audio. A peaceful village scene, sunlit and serene. People go about their daily lives, seemingly unaware of the brewing undercurrents. The gentle rustle of leaves and distant chatter fills the air. A pastoral symphony plays softly, accentuating the apparent tranquility. Voiceover. Picture a world untouched by the modern trappings of technology. A world where knowledge was guarded like a precious jewel, shared only among the few who were deemed worthy. This was a time when the weight of one's words could alter the course of many lives. An era where intelligence often wore the disguise of madness, misunderstood by those around it. In this world, artful deception and strategic silence became invaluable. Mozart, whose genius was both a blessing and a curse, learned early the power of music to speak, truths that language could not. Galileo, facing the wrath of an institution, knew that the truth had to be carefully unveiled, like a painter revealing a masterpiece under a shroud. But the world before was not just idyllic simplicity. Beneath its placid surface lay a foundation built on fear and suspicion. The intelligent knew they walked on thin ice, their every step echoing in the cold corridors of history, transition or open loop. And then, a single fracture in this delicate balance, a first crack that threatened to unravel the entire fabric. How did it begin? Time, 6, 0, 9, 0. Chapter title, The First Crack Retention Purpose. The story takes a pivotal turn, drawing viewers into the moment where the world's fragile balance begins to shift. This chapter aims to show the first significant challenge that the intelligent faced, setting the stage for their response. Visual/audio. The calm of the village gives way to a sudden, ominous change in atmosphere. Clouds gather in the sky, casting long shadows over the landscape. A distant bell tolls, forewarning an inevitable change. The camera cuts to a close-up of rustling papers, ancient manuscripts being shuffled with urgency. The soundscape is interrupted by an anxious murmur, building tension. Voiceover, it, was subtle at first, the kind of change that breezes through unnoticed by those absorbed in routine. Yet, to the discerning few, it was as apparent as the drawing tide before a storm, a tremor in the undercurrents of human affairs. The first crack in the facade of simplicity was, paradoxically, knowledge itself. As printing presses churned out ideas faster than they had ever spread before, a silent revolution brewed. Words took flight, challenging the established order, questioning the unquestionable. For the intelligent few, this was an opportunity and a trap. How does one wield the sword of knowledge in a world ill-prepared for its sharpness? As Aristotle once mused, the more you know, the more you realize you don't know. But for many, this new flood of information was overwhelming, threatening the simplicity they cherished. Galileo, the harbinger of celestial truths, stood on the precipice of such a fracture. His telescope brought the heavens closer. Yet, with each discovery, he drifted further from the acceptance of his peers. In the quiet of his study, he pondered a cosmos that defied earthly doctrines, knowing he was but a voice against an ocean of disbelief. The intelligent had to tread lightly, for in their brilliance lay the seeds of their isolation. They were navigators of a new and treacherous sea, where each step forward could lead either to enlightenment or ruin. In this age, truth was both liberator and captor, a dual edge that cut through ignorance yet risked, severing ties with the very society it sought to uplift. The first crack was not just in the societal structures that had governed humanity for eons, but in the very souls of the intelligent who now faced a dilemma: to speak or to remain silent, to shine or to shadow their light. And so, under the gathering clouds of resistance, the stage was set for a confrontation that would test the limits of intellect and the resilience of will. Transition or open loop. As the storm approached, how would the intelligent prepare their defenses against the rising tide of ignorance and fear? Time, 9, 0, 12, 0. Chapter. Title: The Strategy of Shadow's Retention Purpose. The narrative delves into the methods and mindsets employed by the intelligent to navigate the complexities of a world that resists change. This chapter maintains engagement by showcasing the ingenuity required to thrive in such an environment. Visual/audio. Scenes of strategic brilliance are depicted. Einstein in deep thought, Da Vinci sketching inventions, and Sun Tzu studying his famed strategies. Scenes morph with each tick of a metronome, symbolizing the relentless march of time and the urgency of adaptation. A cello plays a low contemplative note, resonating through the air. Voiceover. In the face of mounting challenges, the stage was set for the intelligent to unveil their most formidable arsenal, their strategy. In a world often hostile to innovation, they learn to cloak their brilliance in the fabric of the familiar. For to stand out was to invite scrutiny, and to shine too brightly was to risk being extinguished by the shadows of fear and envy. Take Sun Tzu, who crafted strategies not just for warfare, but for life itself. He understood that the most potent weapon was often not the sword, but the mind. To act without being seen, to strike without being known. This was the strategy of shadows. The intelligent learn to pick their battles, to reveal their truths judiciously, like a master chess player who foresees moves before they manifest on the board. In the salons of Paris, Voltaire wielded wit like a dagger, his words sharp enough to draw blood without a single drop being spilt. His pen was his sword, his humor a shield against the barbs of those who sought to silence him. And yet, he knew the power of parody, of masking truth in jest, allowing him to dance close to the flame. Without being consumed, the strategy of shadows was not born from cowardice, but from necessity. To survive, the intelligent had to become actors upon the stage of life, to wear masks that shielded their true intentions while they plotted their course through the murky waters of human consciousness. They learned to weave narratives that would resonate with those willing to listen, while cloaking their deeper insights from prying eyes. As the pages of history turned, so did the tactics of these master strategists. Leonardo, with his mirror-written notebooks, hid his inventions in code, messages to a future that might one day understand. Mendel, the father of genetics, quietly cultivated his pea plants, knowing that the fruit of his labor would not be realized until long after his own time. It was a delicate dance with darkness, a game of patience and foresight. The intelligent knew they must be both the creators and curators of knowledge, choosing which truths to reveal and which to keep hidden until the world was ready to receive them, transition or open loop. But what did this constant retreat into shadows cost the souls of these luminaries? Could brilliance forever be bound by discretion, or would it one day demand to be unbridled? Time, 12, 0, 15, 0. Chapter. Title. The unveiling retention purpose. The documentary pivots to the moment when the veil is lifted and the full light of intelligence challenges the darkness. This section captures the tension and triumph of revelation, maintaining viewer engagement through high stakes and unfolding drama. Visual/audio. The camera shifts to dramatic, reveals. A curtain being drawn, sunlight flooding a darkened room, a flower blossoming in time-lapse. The swell of a full orchestra punctuates the moment, rising in harmony with the narrative crescendo. Heartbeats underscore the urgency of the unveiling. Voiceover. There comes a time when shadows can no longer contain the light, when the truth demands its moment upon the world stage. For the intelligent, each unveiling was both a risk and a necessity, a declaration of self and a challenge to the status quo. Einstein, with his theory of relativity, did more than just alter the fabric of physics. He redefined the very nature of reality itself. His was an unveiling that shook the foundations of understanding, revealing the malleable nature of time. and space, concepts once thought immutable. As the equations unfurled from his mind, the world was forced to reckon with a universe far stranger and more magnificent than it had ever known. The unveiling was often met with resistance. Galileo's heliocentric model defied the heavens as dictated by doctrine, and he found himself recoiling from the backlash, forced to recant truths that would one day orbit the minds of all. In such moments, the intelligent face their greatest challenge: to hold steadfast in their revelations, even as the eyes of the world blinked in disbelief. Yet with each unveiling came progress, a step forward in the long march of human understanding. The intelligent were the torchbearers, lighting the way through the thick fog of ignorance, their shadows stretching ever longer behind them as they moved toward the light. Their courage lay not just in the discovery, but in the declaration, in speaking truths that others dared not speak, in revealing visions that others could not see. The cost was often high, the rewards not always immediate, but history would remember them, not just for their intelligence, but for their bravery in sharing it. Transition, or open loop. As the light spread, how did it change the landscape for those who followed? With the veil lifted, what new world awaited the intelligent, and what new challenges would arise in its aftermath? Time: 15:0, 18:0. Chapter. Title: The New Dawn Retention Purpose. In this section, we explore the aftermath of revelation. With the dawn of new understanding, a transformed world emerges, yet this transition is not without its own complexities and challenges. Viewer engagement is maintained through a deep dive into the shifting paradigms and the persistent struggles faced by those at the forefront of knowledge. Visual/audio. The visuals transition to the break of dawn over vast landscapes. Mountains catching the first light, cities awakening, people stirring into action. The soundtrack blends the gentle sound of the morning breeze with the distant echo of bells, signaling the start of a new era. A choir begins to sing softly, adding a layer of hope and anticipation to the scene. Voiceover. As the light of revelation spreads, the world awakens to a new dawn, one filled with both promise and peril. For the intelligent, this was a time of transformation, where the boundaries of what was known and what could be imagined expanded like the ever-brightening horizon. Yet with such expansion came complexity, as new paradigms challenged old beliefs, and the guardians of knowledge found themselves once again at the brink of discovery and discord. The unveiling had kindled a renaissance of thought, where the brilliance of human ingenuity was allowed to flourish. Institutions that once resisted change now found themselves compelled to adapt or risk obsolescence. Universities swelled with new ideas, laboratories buzzed with the excitement of experimentation, and the arts infused science with creativity, producing a tapestry of innovation that was rich and varied. Einstein's revelation spurred a re-evaluation of what was possible, not just in the realm of physics, but across all sciences. His theory of relativity became a beacon for those seeking to redefine what was considered possible, leading to breakthroughs that transformed technology, medicine, and our understanding of the cosmos. It was as though the fabric of the universe had unfurled anew, offering pathways to knowledge that lay beyond the imagination of generations past. Yet, in the glow of this new dawn, shadows still lingered. The very act of unveiling, while illuminating, often cast a new spectrum of challenges. Those who once sought to stifle innovation now found subtler methods to impede progress, appealing to the fears of a public cautious of change. The intelligent, so, face the dual task of advancing knowledge while safeguarding it against the tides of skepticism and inertia. Consider the pioneers of quantum mechanics, Niels Bohr and Werner Heisenberg, whose work introduced a level of complexity that baffled even the brightest minds. Their theories, while revolutionary, also engendered debates over determinism and the nature of reality itself, challenging philosophers and scientists alike to reconsider deeply held convictions. Their unveiling was a testament to the intricacies of truth, demonstrating that understanding is often layered, requiring patience and a willingness to embrace ambiguity. The new dawn also demanded a recalibration of societal norms. As technology advanced, ethical considerations came into sharp focus. The intelligent, those architects of innovation, became also the custodians of morality, tasked with navigating the implications of their discoveries. From the splitting of the atom to the mapping of the human genome, each radical unveiling brought with it questions of responsibility and consequence. In the arts, the impact of revelation was felt in the bold strokes of painters like Picasso and the experimental notes of composers like Stravinsky. The freedom to explore the boundaries of form and expression mirrored the scientific pursuit of truth, creating a synergy that enriched culture and society. Yet this newfound freedom was met with its own resistance, as traditionalists clung to the comfort of the familiar, wary of the unfamiliar paths that innovation could lead to transition or open loop. With the dawn of understanding comes the inevitable question: how will the guardians of knowledge protect and nurture the fragile light of progress, ensuring it illuminates the path for generations to come? Time 18:0:21:0. Chapter. Title: Guardians of the Light Retention Purpose. This chapter delves into the responsibilities and challenges faced by those who hold the torch of knowledge. It showcases the dedication required to defend and disseminate truth in a world where the lines between enlightenment and ignorance often blur. Viewer engagement is woven through the narrative of perseverance and the ceaseless pursuit of wisdom. Visual/audio. The screen fills with imagery of libraries filled with ancient texts, computer screens flickering with data streams, and classrooms bustling with eager students. The sound of turning pages combined with the quiet hum of technology creates an auditory backdrop of continuity and change. A piano plays a gentle rhythmic melody, symbolizing both reflection and hope. Voiceover. In the era following revelation, the role of the intelligent shifted from that of solitary seekers to vigilant guardians of the light. Their charge was twofold: to advance the boundaries of knowledge and to protect it from the encroaching shadows that threaten to obscure truth. This was no longer a solitary endeavor. It required a community, a coalition of minds willing to stand firm in the face of complacency and ignorance. In universities and think tanks, the march of progress continued unabated. Here, the torchbearers of knowledge convened, sharing insights, debating paradigms, and collaborating across disciplines. The walls that once separated fields, science, philosophy, art, were now porous, allowing for a cross-pollination of ideas that fueled further discovery. Yet within these hallowed halls, the guardians also understood the need for vigilance, for knowledge was a double-edged sword, capable of profound good or devastating harm. The rise of digital technology introduced both incredible opportunities and significant challenges. Information, once the preserve of the elite, became accessible to all. But with this democratization came the risk of misinformation. The intelligent thus found themselves tasked with not only the creation of knowledge, but its curation, distinguishing fact from fiction in a world where the lines often blurred. Consider the efforts of visionaries like Carl Sagan, whose mission was to popularize science and make it accessible to a broader audience. Through eloquent storytelling and a deep love for the cosmos, Sagan illuminated the wonders of the universe, inspiring countless others to pursue the light of knowledge. Yet, he also warned of the dangers inherent in a society that failed to appreciate the value of critical thinking, echoing the ancient struggle between enlightenment and obscurantism. In the realm of education, the Guardians recognized the power of a well-informed populace. They championed the importance of teaching critical thinking skills, fostering curiosity, and instilling a passion for lifelong learning. Schools became the crucibles where future torchbearers were forged, equipped with the tools necessary to navigate a rapidly changing world. The intelligent knew that the preservation of progress depended not only on breakthroughs in understanding, but on the cultivation of minds ready to embrace the challenges of tomorrow. Yet the Guardians also faced the perennial struggle against those who would wield knowledge as a tool for division and control. Throughout history, there have been voices that sought to use the light of understanding to cast longer shadows, to distort truths for personal gain. The intelligent stood as a bulwark against such forces, using their expertise to champion transparency, equity, and truth. Transition or open loop. As the Guardians strive to balance innovation with ethics, what new horizons will emerge in the human quest for knowledge? How will the torchbearers of today influence the narratives of tomorrow, ensuring that the dawn of understanding continues? To break over humanity's future, time 21:024:0. Chapter, title, Horizons of Tomorrow Retention. Purpose, the final chapter shifts focus to the future, examining the potential paths that lie ahead in the endless pursuit of knowledge. It poses questions about the direction of human progress and the enduring legacy of those who dare to illuminate the unknown. Viewer engagement is sustained by the sense of anticipation and the promise of what is yet to come. Visual/audio. Visions of future technologies, bustling cityscapes, and diverse communities working in harmony project onto the screen. The music crescendos with the sound of an orchestra, symbolizing the collective effort and unified forward march of humanity. Voiceover. As we stand on the precipice of the future, the horizon stretches before us, vast and uncharted. With each step into the unknown, the potential for discovery remains limitless, as does the responsibility that accompanies it. The intelligent, those who have dared to shine a light into the darkness, now look ahead, contemplating the legacy they will leave for the generations still to come. In laboratories around the globe, researchers push the boundaries of what is possible, exploring realms of the subatomic and the interstellar. Their work, driven by curiosity and guided by the ethics of their predecessors, seeks to unravel the mysteries that remain. Emerging technologies promise to revolutionize the way we live, offering solutions to some, of humanity's most pressing challenges, from climate change to global health. Yet these advances also demand a careful consideration of their implications on our social fabric. The quest for artificial intelligence, much like the pursuit of understanding in ages past, presents both opportunity and uncertainty. As machines grow more capable, the question arises: what does it mean to be human in a world where cognitive tasks are shared with our creations? The intelligent know that the answers lie not just in technological achievement, but in the cultivation of empathy and wisdom, the hallmarks of a truly enlightened society. Yet, even as we reach for the stars, the intelligent remain grounded in the knowledge that the human condition is as much about connection as it is about discovery. The stories we tell, the cultures we create, and the values we uphold are the threads that weave the tapestry of tomorrow. It is within these narratives that the light of understanding will continue to burn bright, illuminating paths yet traveled, guiding us toward a future where progress and compassion walk hand in hand. The horizon calls, beckoning the intelligent to continue their journey, to dream beyond the confines of the known, to explore both the vastness of the universe and the depth of the human spirit. As they do, they carry with them the torch of knowledge, a beacon that lights the way for those who will follow in their footsteps, ensuring that the dawn of understanding continues to break over all of humanity. Transition. With the horizon ever in sight, the intelligent press forward, their journey a testament to the enduring spirit of exploration. What new discoveries await? That remains the story yet to be told. Time: 24:0:27:0. Chapter. Title: Legacy of the Torchbearers, Retention Purpose. This chapter examines the enduring influence and responsibilities of today's intellectual pioneers. The legacy these torchbearers leave behind will not only shape the future, but also ensure that humanity's quest for knowledge remains vibrant and purposeful. Viewer engagement is heightened by connecting past achievements with future aspirations, cementing the documentary's theme of knowledge as both an inheritance and an ongoing journey. Visual/audio. Images of historical figures in science and philosophy are interspersed with clips of modern scientists, educators, and innovators. The soundtrack is a sweeping orchestral piece underpinned by a steady, hopeful rhythm suggesting continuity and progress. Voiceover. The torchbearers of today stand as the custodians of an immense legacy, a lineage rich with the wisdom and achievements of those who came before. They are the heirs to a tradition that values truth, exploration, and enlightenment above all. Yet with this inheritance comes a profound responsibility: to forge a path forward that honors the sacrifices and triumphs of the past while blazing new trails into the future. As the tapestry of human understanding expands, its threads are woven together by countless hands and minds, each adding their unique perspective and insight. These contributions, from the intricate equations of mathematicians to the evocative canvases of artists, enrich the collective human experience, demonstrating that true progress arises from diverse voices united in a common pursuit. The guardians of knowledge recognize that their role is not only to advance their fields, but to foster an environment where all can participate in this grand endeavor, where barriers are dismantled and bridges are built across cultures and disciplines. Visionaries like Isaac Newton and Ada Lovelace, who once stood at the forefront of scientific revolutions, understood that. Their insights were made possible by the foundation laid by their predecessors. Newton famously declared, "He stood on the shoulders of giants," a sentiment echoed by every torchbearer who acknowledges that the light of understanding is a shared flame, passed down through generations, illuminating the paths of those who dare to ask questions and seek answers. Yet the legacy of the torchbearers extends beyond scientific discovery and technological innovation. It encompasses the stories we tell, the values we uphold, and the ethical frameworks we establish to guide future endeavors. The narrative of humanity is one of exploration and compassion intertwined, where the pursuit of knowledge is tempered by an unwavering commitment to the greater good. As contemporary guardians of understanding, the intelligent are acutely aware of the challenges that lie ahead. They grapple with the complexities of a world in flux, where technological advancements outpace ethical consideration and where the line between fact and fiction is increasingly blurred. In this landscape, the intelligent emerge as beacons of clarity, wielding their expertise to illuminate truths and dispel shadows of doubt and deceit. They strive to create a world where information is not only abundant but accessible and accurate, where every individual is empowered with the tools to discern reality from illusion. The torchbearers of today also recognize the importance of stewardship and sustainability in every endeavor. Whether managing natural resources, engineering new habitats on distant planets, or harnessing the power of renewable energy, they understand that the fate of the world rests in their hands. Their legacy will be judged not only by the advancements they achieve, but by the care with which they balance innovation with preservation, ensuring that the Earth remains vibrant and viable for generations to come. The intelligent know that their journey is part of a continuum, a passage that began with the first spark of curiosity and will carry forward into the realms of possibility, yet unimagined. As they pass the torch to the next generation, they do so with hope and confidence, trusting that the seeds they have sown will blossom into a future where knowledge is cherished, shared, and continually sought. The legacy of the torchbearers is a testament to the enduring spirit of exploration and the unyielding quest for understanding. It is a legacy that transcends borders and spans time, uniting humanity in a shared mission to illuminate the unknown and embrace the infinite potential that lies within and beyond. Transition. The narrative of knowledge is one of eternal progression, an unending quest that calls to each generation in turn. As we ponder what lies beyond the horizon, we are reminded that the story of understanding is ours to write, a legacy as yet unfinished, awaiting the thinkers and dreamers of tomorrow. Time 27:0:30:0. Chapter title: Beyond the Horizon Retention Purpose. The final chapter aims to inspire and challenge viewers, urging them to consider their role in the continuum of knowledge. It underscores the potential of human ingenuity and perseverance to drive forward the narrative of progress and hope, ensuring a lasting impact that resonates with the audience. Visual/audio. A breathtaking montage of space exploration, microscopic discoveries, and vibrant cultural festivals from around the world unfolds. The music swells, a harmonious blend of hope and wonder, as the visuals transition to an expansive night sky filled with stars. voiceover. Our journey is one without end, a constant pursuit of the horizons that beckon us forward into realms yet unexplored. Beyond the horizon lies the canvas of possibility, painted with the dreams and aspirations of those who dare to question, to imagine, and to create. In this boundless expanse, the intelligent find their calling, driven by the promise of what is yet to be discovered. The future of human progress is a testament to our collective will, to the spirit of inquiry that compels us to delve deeper, reach higher, and think beyond the conventional. It is a future built on the bedrock of interdisciplinary collaboration, where fields once isolated now converge, each contributing to a mosaic of understanding that spans the cosmos and the complexities of the human heart. In this shared endeavor, the torchbearers of tomorrow emerge from every corner of the globe, carrying with them the lessons of the past and the vision for a brighter future. They are the students in classrooms, the innovators in labs, the artists in studios, and the philosophers in thought, each playing a vital role in crafting the narrative of our existence. As we stand on the brink of new discoveries, the intelligent recognize the profound implications of their pursuits. They see that the true measure of progress lies not merely in technological advancement, but in the elevation of the human spirit. It is a journey toward greater empathy, understanding, and connection. A journey that bridges divides and fosters unity among the diverse tapestry of humankind. The exploration of space promises to unlock the mysteries of the universe, revealing answers to questions that have lingered for millennia. Yet this exploration is not solely about reaching new worlds. It is about understanding our place within the vastness of the cosmos and appreciating the delicate balance that sustains life on our own planet. The intelligent are acutely aware that the path, the way forward, hinges on the choices we make today. Life is like a path. It's lined with opportunities. Redefine what it means to thrive. Imagine a world where diversity is celebrated. Creativity knows no bounds. Every person gets to contribute to the greater good. Picture the night sky. It shimmers with possibilities. Torchbearers of today and tomorrow share a common vision. A vision where progress equals compassion. Every milestone reached lets us uplift others. The light of understanding guides humanity's journey. The horizon stretches on. It's a reminder. Knowledge is a story we all share. It's a tale of hope and resilience. Challenges faced, then overcome. The future offers endless promise. The wise know their legacy. It's measured by the life that grows under their care. They illuminate paths for others to tread. The spirit of exploration. It pushes us ever forward. The cosmos holds its silence. Human achievement hums vibrantly. The torch burns bright as ever. It's a guidepost. It's a beacon. It's an invitation to step into the unknown. Continue this journey of discovery. Never lose hope. Never give up. Transition. And so, the torch of knowledge passes on. Its light stays steady. The path, never ending. As we look to the horizon, we see infinite possibilities. We are reminded. The story of understanding is ours to continue. A legacy unbroken. A journey shared by all dreamers. YouTube title: Beyond the Horizon, the Infinite Pursuit of Knowledge. YouTube description: Join us on a transformative journey through the timeless quest for knowledge. From historical torchbearers of wisdom to the modern-day pioneers shaping our future, this documentary delves into how human curiosity, has led us beyond borders and into the cosmos. Learn how the past informs our present and sets the stage for a future filled with endless possibilities. Witness the power of interdisciplinary collaboration and the profound impact of compassionate progress on our collective narrative. Timestamps: 0. Introduction, The Unyielding Quest. 3. 0. The Legacy of Knowledge. 6. 0. Visionaries and Trailblazers. 12. 0. The Age of Information. 18. 0. Innovation and Ethics. 24. 0. Legacy of the Torchbearers. 27. 0. Beyond the Horizon. YouTube. Tags: knowledge, human progress, torchbearers, exploration, science, philosophy, future, collaboration, innovation, ethics, discovery, enlightenment, universe, documentary, education, shorthooks. 1. What lies beyond the horizon of knowledge? 2. Discover the legacy of those who dared to dream. 3. In the vastness of the cosmos, where do we stand? 4. The torchbearers of today shape tomorrow's world. 5. Explore the boundless canvas of human potential.